Finally, America may be certain that what Australia has known for years is correct. Cameron Smith is not just without a doubt one of the finest male golfers, but he's on his way to become the world's best. Let's dive into it. First up, Players' Championship victory. Cameron Smith is not coming slow. Following his victory at the Players' Championship, Australian golfer Cameron Smith believes that becoming the world's top-ranked player is a feasible aim. The 28-year-old finished one shot clear of India's Anirban Lahiri in Florida to capture his sixth PGA Tour victory and now has his sights set on winning his first major. He also wants to dethrone America's Scottie Schefffler as world's number one. Smith told 9 News Queensland that he feels like it's a feasible aim now since his recent performance has been the finest of his career. He believes that if he continues to work hard, he will be able to achieve his goal. Next, Augusta is Smith's next big challenge. Smith's next big test will be in Augusta, where he will compete in the Masters, a course that has only seen one Australian winner, Adam Scott, in 2013. The Queensland native has 2 top 10 finishes in a row, including a runner-up triumph in 2020, and feels Australia's next Masters victory is not far away. Is 2022 going to be the year? There's a lot of buzz in the Australian media, but Smith claims he has a feeling their moment will come shortly. It's a place where he's previously excelled. He feels really at ease around there. It reminds him a lot of home, as he always has that odd Queenslander in the crowd chanting Queenslander at him. He added that he also just enjoys wearing the maroon. Now Smith finally receiving the recognition he deserves. Smith demonstrated on Tuesday that he can compete with the world's finest players and flourish by winning golf's unofficial 5th major, the Players' Championship. Many Australian golf fans already knew this based on his President's Cup accomplishments, PGA Tour playoff record of 3-1, and his January Tournament of Champions victory over world number 1 Jon Rahm. The recognition has been long delayed, but the Joe Dirt lookalike from Queensland is finally getting his spotlight. Next, a bias for homegrown players. The 28-year-old has been steadily rising for some time, but his entry into the world's top 10 this year went largely unnoticed. It's unclear why Smith remained criminally underappreciated. Understandably, there's a bias for homegrown players, of which the field is primarily made up, with huge names like Jon Rahm and Rory McIlroy. In the United States, there is also a premium placed on blasting drives and hitting high irons. Smith isn't recognized for either, and while neat wedge play and lights-out putting are good, they're not enticing. Winning is undeniably satisfying, especially when the stakes are so high in terms of status and monetary value. Smith's victory at the Players awards him the largest financial reward in golf, $5 million Australian dollars. But as valuable is the long overdue admiration of U.S. critics and peers alike. Up next, Brandel Chamblee draws comparison to Tiger Woods. Smith's actual arrival is so potent that Golf Channel commentator Brandel Chamblee couldn't help but draw a Tiger Woods parallel when analyzing the triumph on Tuesday. Chamblee remarked that Smith has a history of delivering his best golf in important times, such as outscoring Rahm twice in the last year when sharing a 54-hole lead, or being tied second at the 2020 Masters. Chamblee said that fans often see guys who are impossibly amazing ball strikers who find themselves in position to win golf tournaments, and then the lead, or being near to the lead, inevitably slows them down. But while Smith may not be as excellent from tee to green as Jon Rahm, Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, or Justin Thomas, it appears that when he is in the lead, or close to it, it makes him better. It's not something that happens all the time. The golf worlds were blown away by Jordan Spieth's ability to get into the heat and create, prolong, and win every time Tiger Woods teed it up. Cameron Smith, according to Chamblee, is not diminished by the moment. In fact, it improves him. What happened at the renowned 17th Island Green is all the proof Chamblee needs. Now, the Island Green. Many players have been eaten whole by the hazardous hole bordered by water, while others, such as Woods, have flourished. Before the competition, Chamblee stated that the Island Green clearly distinguishes the greats from the rest of the field. Smith's most pressure-filled shot of his career became his greatest when he stuffed his 9-iron to within 6 feet of the cup on the tight side of the green and sunk the birdie putt with only a 2-shot lead. Surprisingly, he blasted his second shot on 18 into the water, only to come up clutch again with an up and down for bogey, securing him the trophy. Former PGA Tour golfer Paul Gall described Smith's victory as out of this world, adding that the Australian's mental ailment is only one of the factors that make him a major contender in the making. Gall told FoxSports.com.au that Smith has been one of those players that have gotten better every year since he's been on the tour, and he's fine-tuned every aspect of his game. He also stated that they were always aware of his strong short game and putting, but that everything else is improved. His cerebral approach to the game just demonstrates that he has matured. He has the potential to be a big winner. Now in other golf news, Donald Trump claims he hit a hole-in-one. Former President Donald Trump claimed on Monday that he hit a hole-in-one while playing golf with a group of professionals at his Florida golf club. Trump, age 75, released a statement explaining the alleged ace on the 181-yard 7th hole at Trump International Professional Golf Club in West Palm Beach. When he hit the shot, the former president was playing alongside pro golfers Ernie Els, Gene Sowers, Ken Duke, and Mike Goods. Trump's spokesperson, Taylor Budowich, shared a video of the aftermath of the shot, which showed the former president retrieving the ball from the cup. Trump visited golf courses, virtually all of them his own, an estimated 298 times during his 4-year presidency, according to the website Trump Golf Count, which recorded his trips. According to the website, he played golf at least 150 times throughout those visits. According to sports journalist Rick Riley, who recounted multiple cheating claims against the real estate tycoon from professional and amateur players in his 2019 book, Commander-in-Cheat: How Golf Explains Trump, he has also been accused of inflating his skill on the course. Next, Scottie Schefffler does the undoable. Scottie Scheffler did something that multi-time major winners Phil Mickelson, Colin Morikawa, Jose Maria Olazabal, and Bubba Watson have never done. He defeated Kevin Kisner 4-3 in the championship match of the 2022 WGC Dell Match Play. When the official world golf rankings were updated Sunday evening, Scheffler moved to the top of the list. His performance as the 25th golfer to ever be rated number 1, the OWGR began in April of 1986, and just the 9th American to do so is important for a number of reasons, but 2 stand out above the rest. Scheffler had never won a PGA Tour tournament until 2 months ago. He was 0 for 70. He's won 3 times in the previous 6 weeks, virtually doubling his career earnings. Scheffler won the Phoenix Open and the Arnold Palmer Invitational before this week's match play, vaulting him from best to never having won on tour to world number 1 in roughly the fastest time in tour history. Up next, PGL presents a proposal to PGA Tour. The PGL has suggested a series of team tournaments that would be included into the PGA Tour calendar and award players millions of dollars. The Premier Golf League, which was formerly a competitor and is now aiming to join the PGA Tour, has so far been denied a face-to-face meeting with tour executives. The Premier Golf League CEO, Andy Gardiner, stated that a letter addressed to the PGA Tour Policy Board in February, presenting a concept that would incorporate PGL tournaments under the PGA Tour framework, was considered by both the Players Advisory Council and the Tour's Policy Board. There was no direct reaction from the PGL, other than through player director Kevin Kisner, who told the Fire Pit Collective that the plan had been investigated by an independent business, and the conclusion was that the idea was not practical. Lastly, LIV Golf Invitational Series announced. LIV Golf announced last week an 8-event invitational series that will get off in June with a tournament in London. Potential participants were issued invites to the first event on Thursday. The invitation was issued to a large number of PGA Tour players, along with a link to register for the chance to be considered. Applicants will be confirmed based on their qualifications, and formal invites will be handed out in May. The 54-hole tournament will feature 48 players divided into 12 4-man teams with a total prize pool of $20 million. The criteria will be based on the top 3 players in earnings or points from the Asian Tour, 3, the DP World Tour, 3, and the PGA Tour, 3, followed by the top 2 players from the PGA Tour Australasia, the Sunshine Tour, and the Japan Tour, 6, the top 3 players from the Asian Tour's International Series, and the top 22 players in the world ranking. In addition, the invitation stated that participants would not be required to commit to future tournaments in order to compete in London. A snake draft will be placed on June 7th to fill up the rosters of the 12 team captains. And that's a wrap for this video. We'll see you in the next one.